Hey guys, hello and welcome to a new video. This time a Microsoft Excel Collegiate Challenge Weekend battle. In this case, the Varsity level. The Junior Varsity level took surprisingly more time than I thought. So yeah, let's see how the Varsity level will go. Okay, here we go. Oh, I've opened the... let's close this. We will do it from a clean sheet and without copying other stuff from the JV case. Provide the requested category as number. Oh, easy. Characters 1, 2, 5, 6. Mid. Mid here for this text. X lookup here in here, returning to to call these characters and number of characters is X lookup also for the number of characters. Oh no, this is wrong. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Yeah, should be right. And then minus to actually return the number. That was completed. Yeah, it should be fine. 6, 8, 86. Yeah. What is the sum of the total score amounts across all weeks for the given player? Filter, weekly details, player equals Federico, and then in this case it's mid, starting on number of the score is 3, 3, sum minus. Yes. How high is my score? Let's find out. I have not the highest. Who is Thomas Hauser? So here, not the real scores. How many fantasy points did a given player score in a given week? Fantasy points. Okay. X lookup for player and number in player and left 1, returning the code, and this code we can then split equals mid, start numbers are given here. I hope this will spill in the right direction. No, it will not. To row 6 is the week, 3, yeah. Okay. And then it's basically this. If I then add a word, although I don't need it, 3 times 250 plus 160, 46 times 5 plus 4 times plus 4 times here 3480. No, This should not be fixed. Here. No, it's working. Okay. How many players are on the given school of fantasy team? So if this equals school, then count if S otherwise count if S for the fantasy team. That's, by the way, based on Peter Charles' case, Fantasy Excel. I hope I will link it somewhere in the video description. I have a video solve of it. Okay, data table. So 2 player teams are playing against each other. It's a mix of school teams and other teams. Okay, let's first find out which players are where by row 4. Then filter player names and then do the same for the other. Actually, no, you cannot. In this case, they are not on the same team. Then this and week number, this and week number, and I then get the scores with here and left of the code to get the week number in, and I want to return the ugly code. And this is then the same for the second team. And how do I do this? Do I want to write Lambda for this? Yeah, let's do this. A Lambda C. And then I need here some advice. And yes, I will hard code this. Sorry for that. Wow. Lambda C. Let LC level completed is mid of C. Start number 2, characters 1. P 4 points is mid C. Start number 3, 3 characters, and bonus question is mid of C. Start number 6, 1 character, and the score is LC times 250 plus P times 5 plus BQ times 500. And yes, this is missing the score, or not scan score. And I can then return here the score for each of those teams. and I think it's absolute difference. So sum and then ABS, sum of the first minus the second. No. Okay, the question is why. Okay, it's overstating. Oh, it's only using the top 3 players. I wasn't aware of that. Okay, so we have there our scores. We can also map this. Guys. Map this to average 100% dynamic. And then use large sequence 3 to get the 3 largest scores. $1,800 and 16. So, ABS of sum of here, these scores minus scores of here, matching, calculated. This took longer than expected. Medium to hard? I doubt this. How many fantasy points did the team score in the given week numbers? Okay. How do I want to proceed? Data table. Although it's basically not necessary. Although you only have, yeah, let's do this. Text split here into columns. Others always 3. Yeah, so basically it was not necessary. Team and score. These scores are mixed. So reduce lambda a b v stack 8 stack 8 stack a and filter no, Julian. So first I want to have the names. Filter for the names if by row equals fantasy team and or because it is either this or that. Okay, interesting, Benny, that you are going with the University of Arizona. And then text split this here, and then XLOOKUP for this and the weekly details, and left one returning the code if not found 0. Okay, they are always participating, so would not have been necessary. Let's copy this formula from the level before. Okay, and now we have the scores, and then first, second, third week, choose calls, and use some large sequence 3. And the total sum is then given here. And it should match. Yeah, it's matching. Very hard. Oof. Two teams play against each other. 4 weeks difference in fantasy points between the two teams. Which team will win? Data table, of course. So basically it's this times 2. Okay, make it a little bit more space. And this is then choose calls. Uh, 4 weeks. 4. Okay, this is team 1. And then we do the same. Is Benny worldwide team mix lookup? Yeah, seems to be. And then T2. It's basically the same. The only thing is we're swapping out this. We're swapping out on this. And yeah, then have to copy this stuff here. Interesting. Of course, it is leading to those, and then should be fine. And team 2 and team 1 without space. And the point difference is asked. Sum of points from team 1, sum of points from team 2. Equals X lookup max. In here, returning team name and ABS of sum or of this minus this. 1200. I know. And the minus in between. And this should be then working. Okay, let's check this for a few examples. Yeah, seems to work. 65, 95, 50. Yes, let's go to the bonus questions. I think we're over 15 minutes now, or nearly 20. To tap the numbers, what is the largest number? Max minus minus. In the player tabs, how many schools have only one player? Might be the same. Yes, with junior varsity. Group by school count A. Yeah, and then count if S 1 24. Yeah, it's the same. What is the most fantasy points scored by any player in any given week. So let's take my Lambda and put it here, and then map it here and use MECC to return the points. What is the most fantasy points scored across both teams? Sum of the scores of both teams in level 7, excluding the example. So let's make a copy for the bonus, B5, 4, and then equal sum of both team scores. And then this is max of B4. Oh gosh. Who is the winner in a 9-week format that begins with the original 64 players and eliminates the players with the lowest fantasy score for each week? Okay. So we have to sort this. Interesting. B5. Unique players. Although they're kind of unique, I think. 64. Yeah. Okay, 64. Sequence 9 weeks. Okay, let's start with one. XLOOKUP for the name and the week in weekly details and left one returning the code. Now we have the code and we map it in our beautiful formula. Map and this is then this here, get rid of, and we now have the scores. And now there's not the macros. The 7 first are eliminated. I think there's the rank formula, but I never used it before, so yeah. X match. So here are equals 64 minus, or here we start with 64. This minus 7. Okay, 75. Large this. So if this is if the score is larger or equal than the 67th score, then return this, otherwise return X. And this should be all dynamic, and this X is on purpose. And this is then for week 2. And instead of this, I want this to have here a few errors. If it's an error, so if not found XLOOKUP stuff, or let's wrap an if error around, then it's 0. And then we can track this aside until week 9. 4, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and this we can also track aside. and then equals to call 3 Desiree Auckland from Arizona. Okay, let's check shortly. This is always mapping, getting the score. This is then eliminating the smallest or scores according here, wrapping in if area, that's fine, and we're then getting 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, should be fine. Upload. I think I was in between the time. Yes, so 26 minutes, so not that easy. You may close this message. Yes, okay. Okay, thank you for attention. These weeks Excel esports battles were not that easy as before, but quite doable. Also like the case for the original case, and interesting. I think it was one of the few times where I actually built a Lambda mid game. I should have built this actually before in a previous level. I think here also it came in handy, but yeah. Anyways, thank you for your attention. I hope you did well in this round. Comment your score below, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.